Hello there, and welcome to another Sheffield United match reaction. The last match reaction, league match reaction, that is, of the season. But we've got at least two playoff games to go. Hey, so I'm having a bit of a beer, maybe dropping it all over myself, as a celebration to what a fantastic match of professional football we've all just watched. Wow. The Blades were absolutely fantastic from minute 1 to minute 93, I think it was. Wowzers. Did anyone expect us to absolutely hammer Fulham? Now, I will say one thing, no one's going to believe me, but I said just before the game, if we score an early goal, we will cruise this game. That is what I said, and that's what happened. However, I didn't expect us to go and win 4-0. I thought we'd may like win 2-0 or 3-1. I did say 3-1 in the match preview. But I did not expect the Blades to absolutely smash Fulham 4-0 and be 3-0 up after 25 minutes. So great. And you know what? I felt a little bit emotional at that final whistle. I really did. And watching the players walk around afterwards, that's the reason why it's out a lot later than what anyone probably expected, because I've been to the match, obviously. I've watched them walk around the ground. And actually, every single time I sit and wait for, or stand and wait for the players to walk around the pitch to do the lap of honour, I sit on gangway C of the south stand. So they walk out. I'm just to the right. I'm sat just to the right of the tunnel. So they walk out left. So we are the very, very last people to get to every single time they do a lap of honour. They walk out left, they go around, spend an age in front of the families on gangway G of the family stand, and walk around, spend ages in front of the cop, and then finally we get the dregs where they can't be bothered to clap anymore. But I stayed and I clapped them all off because they absolutely deserve it. It was quite emotional, especially with seeing Hecky walk round, and what a fantastic job that man has done. Now, a lot of people saying that, yeah, Wilder hasn't picked that team that he's managed. He's literally like, those are the players that he's got to work wonders with. But he worked wonders with them early, and we didn't bring Hecky in until way after Wilder. So he had a head start. Wilder and Middlesbrough had a head start, and we caught them up, did better than them, and then we just did not say, no, doesn't matter if we've got injuries, doesn't matter if we've got no strikers, we will stay in these playoffs. And it's just so fantastic to see. Again, no strikers. We scored 4 goals. No strikers. We scored 3 goals against QPR. We're fantastic. And you know what? This is the first time since I've watched Sheffield United where we've gone steaming into the playoffs. 2 big wins by 4 goals and 2 goals, scoring 7 goals and only conceding 1 goal in the last 2 games. I don't remember us steaming into the playoffs like this. Now, yeah, we've had a few up and down kind of games in the last 10, you might say. We lost against Reading, which was pretty poor. We had a couple of poor away performances, but when the Blades have had to step up, they've stepped up every single time. Middlesbrough was the big test because we're all thinking Borough were like flying at the time. And Chris Wilder coming back to Bramall Lane did not want to lose that game at all. And we smashed them 4-1. The boys stepped up to the plate. QPR away, I would have been happy with a draw against QPR away, but the boys stepped up and smashed them. They were the better team in the first half. We conceded a goal against the run of play, but we came back fighting, and we scored some very, very good goals. Some very kind of not route one, but a lot of set piece goals, and them balls that just won't sit, and then it does, and then you fire it into the back of the net. And then today, the passing football was wondrous, was marvelous. And that's where all the goals came from, pretty much. Great passing football. Now, yeah, Fulham were, I wouldn't say on the beach. I would not say on the beach. But I think that we were better than they were bad. That's what I will say. Because I think that us coming out of the blocks steamrolled them. And I think that they did not expect us to be as good as what we were today. And I think we expected more from them, to be honest. But we were absolutely fantastic. I loved every second of that. I am talking a lot and I've not got into any of the what happened in the game. So I will crack on with it in a second. I just want to give a big shout out to my Mrs. Charlotte. She's giving up her season ticket to give birth to our child and then obviously look after our child every Saturday, well, every day. But she's given up her season ticket so that she can look after our upcoming child and letting me go to the game, which is so gracious of her. Really, really nice. Obviously, she's had a season ticket for a couple of years now after taking it from my uncle when he wasn't very well and he was looking after his wife and stuff. So unfortunately, we've had to give up that season ticket, but it's one of them things. Hopefully, hopefully she can come back in a few years' time, and hopefully our son or daughter can also come and enjoy watching Sheffield United, or not enjoy watching Sheffield United. You know the score, you know what they do to us sometimes. But also another thing that was a little bit emotional was Didsey. It seemed like it was his last game, well, not his last game. It seemed like it was his goodbye today. He walked around the ground with his kids and gave a lot of waves. Stayed afterwards as well, and Gary Sinclair gave him a special kind of thank you as well. It seems like it's the end for him, which I'm gutted about. I'm going to be honest, I'm gutted about it. And the last thing that I wanted to talk about just before we get into the game is I was a little bit embarrassed by the Blades fans right at the start for not respecting Fulham's guard of honour. We gave them a guard of honour. The players stood and clapped out the Fulham players as they came out. This Fulham side is possibly the best championship team that's ever been in the championship. It's one of them anyway, put it that way. And the fans were booing him. We've got absolutely nothing against Fulham. Nothing. Like, I can't even think of any reason why we wouldn't like Fulham. I'm not saying that you have to like them, but just respect them. Like, we got guard of honour when we the MK Dons match in League One, where we'd won the league, and they respected it. Why couldn't we respect it today? Now, anyway, I'll move on from that because that's the only negative that I'm going to talk about today. So we started like a house on fire. Like I said, we were charging them down. We were pressing them. They were making mistakes. We were playing great football. It really, really felt like a must win today. And so did QPR. And then we've got hopefully three more must win games too. So like I said, the important games, the Blades fans really, not the Blades fans, the Blades players really get up for them. So I'm hoping that this carries on because we've got three more very important games. And I'll go into the first goal. 10 minutes. Blades go 1-0 up. Morgan Gibbs-White heading the ball past Gazaniga from a great Ollie Norwood cross. Now, Ozzy worked tirelessly down that right-hand side. It's not his preferred side. And at some points, he did give the ball away occasionally. But he lays this ball back to Ollie Norwood, a fantastic ball into the box. Gibbs-White getting his head on everything at the moment. QPR, I think he headed 2 towards the goal that the keeper had to save against QPR. And another one today, and he headed it in the back of the net. Now, it looked like the keeper possibly should have done better. Probably should have done better. But it came off the post, so it's always going to be tough for a goalkeeper to keep the ball out when he's kind of... if he didn't dive towards the post and try and get something on it. He didn't seem bothered, to be honest, did he? Let's be honest. He just left it. He just watched it go in. It clipped off the post, so it would have been difficult to keep it out. But no, he didn't even try to keep it out. But a great header from Gibbs-White. Great cross from Norwood. 1-0 after 10 minutes. That really set us on our way. 21st minute, the Blades go 2-0 up. Seri gets the ball in the midfield. Just slips over. Tries to be too clever. It goes to play it one way and turn, and he just slips over. Sanderberger jumps on it and he looks like he's going to have a shot or play out to the right-hand side, and he just cuts it inside to Morgan Gibbs-White, who then sees Iliman Ndiaye at the other side of the box. He just rolls it over to Ndiaye perfectly for Ndiaye to come in. I think it was his left foot and just slot it past the goalkeeper. I've always thought that Gazaniga is terrible, really, really bad. I don't think he's very good at all. I think that I don't know how he ended up being at Spurs, but I always thought he was rubbish at Spurs, and he's also rubbish here as well. But I know he's their second goalkeeper, but he was terrible today. And then 25th minute, the Blades go 3-0 up. John Egan heads the ball forward. Morgan Gibbs-White flicks it on. This is another reason why we were better than Fulham today, or we scored goals today, because the Fulham defence just did not look bothered, did they? They did not look bothered at all. Mitro as well, he looked like he'd been on the sauce for about 5 days straight. But their defence, Morgan Gibbs-White jumps up, flicks it on. Their defender's like, I think he just puts his hand on his back. He's like, I'll pretend like I'm going to try and win the ball. Gibbs-White flicks the ball on, and Ndiaye gets the ball to the byline. Lovely little cross in to Sander Berge, who finishes it off with his left foot as well. He sweeps the ball towards the goal, and Gazaniga's not really got chance to kind of make a save, so he just hits his foot and goes in the back of the net. So fantastic to see. Sander Berge, Iliman Ndiaye, and Morgan Gibbs-White were all absolutely playing out of their skins today. So good. Loved watching all of them. And this is really what we want to see from them three, like week in, week out. And I know that Morgan Gibbs-White plays well pretty much every week. Iliman Ndiaye also does. But Sander Berge has really stepped it up in the last few games. Now, I still give Sander Berge a lot of grief, to be honest, from the stands, because I feel like he could be so much better than what he is. And he's certainly showing it right now. And great bit of play. And for the third goal as well, which I'll get onto in a second. But don't ask me why. I think I recorded these for the vlog because me and Hal have both done a vlog today, and I'm going to put all the videos together. But on the 38th and the 43rd minute, we had 2 goals disallowed. Now, I think they were both for offside. But I think Iliman scored one and maybe Morgan Gibbs-White, or maybe Iliman got them both. But yeah, it could have been 5-0 at half time. It ended up being 3-0. We went in at half time. It was the loudest I've heard Bramall Lane all season at half time. We've had a lot of 0-0 draws at half time this season. And this certainly wasn't one of them. What a fantastic first half that was. 3 goals to the good. I wonder what Hecky said to him at half time, or if he was just laughing, thinking, how have we managed to pull this off? But they really, really show every time. They show up every time there's an important game. They really, really do. In the 47th minute, though, this could have got them back into the game. A lovely little ball across the box. I don't know who it was coming at the back post from Fulham, but Wes Foderingham just completely just makes himself as big as possible and makes a save, I think, down low with his foot. But that could have got them back into this game 3-1, and we know how good Fulham have been this season, how many goals they've scored this season. So I was thinking at 2-0, if we score a third, I'll be more comfortable. We scored the third. I wasn't more comfortable. I felt as on edge as I did at 2-0. And if they'd have scored that goal, I'd have been worried. I really would have been. I still think we'd have seen it through. I still don't think they'd have scored any more goals, but I would have been a little bit worried if they'd have gone 3-1 so early into that second half. But this happens a lot in football, doesn't it? 47th minute, Wes makes a fantastic save, and it stays 3-0. 49th minute, 2 minutes later, the Blades go 4-0 up, and this is game over. I'm even saying it. I'm a positive person, but I'm so pessimistic in the stands, not negative, pessimistic. And I'm sat there thinking we could be 12-0 up, and I'm still thinking they could get back into the game here. But 4-0 up, and I'm thinking this is done. If this was a team like Hull or a team like Reading or a team like Barnsley, At 2-0, I'd have probably thought it's over. Definitely at 3-0. 4-0, we're out of sight. But still, when it's Fulham, you just never know. Anyway, so Iliman Ndiaye plays the ball into John Fleck. John Fleck plays a very, very quick pass into Sander Berge. The Fulham defence have not had chance to kind of set, and Sanders through the lines. He gets the ball, but before he even has a chance to think about shooting, he lays the ball across to Ender Stevens to finish the ball into the bottom corner. Now, at the time, I'm like, I've got probably a lot more expectancy from Ender Stevens as a lot of people have, because I know that he's a very, very good player. And then on his day, and how good he was in that first season in the Premier League and the season before, the back end of it. And I always feel like Ender Stevens is going to come good. I always say that. And he gets the ball on that left-hand side of the box. And I thought he'd score. I genuinely were like, oh, he's definitely going to score this. And like, I don't know where that confidence came from. I think it's just because I know that he's a great striker of the ball. But Sander plays the ball across when actually, looking at it again, he probably should have took it on himself, because he had oceans of space to pick his pass. But he picks a lovely pass to Ender Stevens, who's running in at the back post, unmarked, and just rolls it into the corner. From watching it back, as I've just seen it on Twitter, it looks like he shapes to put it to the goalkeeper's right, or his left, the goalkeeper's right, and then he just kind of switches it up, and the goalkeeper dives that way, and he flicks it into the other corner. Great finish, 4-0, very unselfish from Sander. Another fantastic bit of play. It's great to see, and we were so good up to this point, and I think after this, we still created loads of good chances that we couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. But we were just phenomenal. We were phenomenal. And then Gibbs-White picks up an injury. So does Ndiaye. Ndiaye looked like cramp again, to be honest. But I remember him kind of getting a knock. So I don't know what that is. We'll have to see. Hopefully he's all right. But he seemed to be walking around the pitch afterwards fine. No hobbling from Gibbs-White either. So that's what you want to see. I think they'll be fine, to be honest. They've got a full week to shake it off before we play again. I believe it's Saturday anyway. You can let us know in the comments. I've not actually looked at that. But yeah, that's game over. Like, the Blades were still the better side after that. But when we took, and I was like, get Gibbs-White off, get him off. Like, because he picked that knock up and he were like running around like this. And it's like, we don't need him. We don't need him to, like, yeah, fair enough. Like, we don't want to say that we've definitely won the game, but when it's 20 minutes, 25 minutes to go, just get him off. Like, they're not going to score 4 goals in 25 minutes, or you wouldn't have thought they would anyway. Especially with how they were playing, they were rubbish. And I believe we're the only team this season to do the double over Fulham, which is also great to see. But we got Iliman Ndiaye off, we got Morgan Gibbs-White off, and that's what I wanted to see. We brought on Will Asula, and at one point, him and Gibbs-White looked like they were going to go through and make it 5. It would have been nice to have beaten Fulham 5-0. I don't know what it is. It's just 5-0 just feels better than 4-0. 6-0 doesn't feel too much better than 5-0, but 5-0 feels way better than 4-0. I don't know how my brain works. But that would have been nice. But Asula kind of got it stuck under his feet. I think he was trying too many tricks and he got the ball taken off him. But that would have been nice to finish it off 5-0. And it would have been nice to see Will Asula or Daniel Jefferson get a goal as well right at the end. But they came back into it a little bit towards the end. Wes made some really good saves as well in that second half, in the last 10-15 minutes, that second half, but the game was done by then. But it was still nice to see another clean sheet for Wes. I'm not sure whether that takes him past Nichols of Huddersfield, but we'll have to see. Another one. Let us know in the comments if that's the case. Blades booing the Guard of Honour though, poor. But then Mitrovic coming off got a round of applause, which I thought was really odd. I don't know if they were joking because he was terrible today, or whether it was just like, well done, you've been great this season, mate. But why would you boo the Guard of Honour and then clap off Mitrovic? It makes no sense whatsoever. But it's a good job that we were so good today, because the officials were absolutely appalling. They gave us nothing. So many that looked offside that weren't given for us and were given for them. The referee permanently had his whistle in his mouth, giving them free kicks all the time. I thought that the Blades were fantastic in every single department, and I thought Fulham were quite sloppy at the back. They didn't really do much going forward either, but they were very, very sloppy at the back. They looked dodgy. Hector, and I don't know who the other one was, were just, they were Ream as well. Hector, Ream, terrible, really bad. And they must be good up front. Fulham, I've not watched them too much this season, but they've scored a lot of goals and they must be good up front because they are terrible at the back. So there you go. That's it. I'll only pick a few players out because I thought every single player was phenomenal today. I don't really. There's no point in even picking out anyone that didn't play well. I don't want to do that, and they all played really well. So Egan was colossal at the back, won everything. Obviously, set up one of the goals as well by heading it forward. I didn't really notice Bash and Jackie Longthrow much more, like as much as Egan. But I just think that because we were so good and they didn't really pose as too many threats. It's good when you don't notice your defenders because it means that they've not had to do too much work. Sorry about that. Celebratory drink. Wes was fantastic, even though they didn't have too many chances. That second half, until I started speaking about it, I didn't realise how many great saves that Wes made in that second half. And obviously, that big one on the 47th minute. Gibbs, White, and Dye and Berger were phenomenal. Norwood, phenomenal. Fleck had a good game. I've seen him play better in recent weeks, but great again. They were all fantastic. And who needs strikers, eh? Who needs strikers? Would Billy Sharp even get back into it with the way that they're playing? Yes, he would. But who'd you take out? Like, you've got two sitting midfielders in Fleck and Norwood, and then you've got your three attacking players. Sharp has to come back in, but them three are playing so well together that I just don't want to. I don't want to see any of them come out. I really don't, especially in Dye. I love Ndai. I really do. Let's get into some comments. Fantastic result. We beat Forest. We go all the way. That's one thing that I didn't mention. I'm guessing that everybody knows, but we do have Forest in the next. In the next game in the semi-final. We do play them at home first, which I always think's not as good. Every time we've got to the playoff final, we've finished third or fourth. I'm not sure about the 97 playoffs though, because I was quite young then. I think we played Ipswich. I think that we played. I don't know where we finished, to be honest. But to me, from what I remember from the Wolves and Burnley playoff finals, we finished third or fourth to get there, and Huddersfield actually as well. So it's going to be tough. We are going to be playing the second game away from home, but if we can get a 2-0, 3-1 win in the first leg and then hold on to it, why not? I was actually worried that we're going to have to play Forest, but then when I saw we got Forest and I saw that they conceded a goal in the last minute, I was thinking, bring them on. They've just gone and stuffed up second place, having lost to Bournemouth and then drawn to Hull as well today. So why not? I think we're in the best form possible going into these playoffs. I really, really do. Obviously, I'd prefer to have Luton if anyone, but we weren't ever able to get Luton. And I think that Huddersfield are so, I don't know, they're so consistent. So consistent. I don't think I'd want to play Huddersfield. But yeah, Forest is going to be, they're going to be fireworks, put it that way. What a performance today. All the lads stood up to be countered. They did, Keith. They really, really did. I don't think I'm going to see any negative comments here, guys. Great game, Blades. We can go all the way now to the Premier League. We can. We actually can. If you'd have said that to me 5 or 6 games ago, I'd have probably said you're living in cloud cuckoo land, because Forest was so good. Huddersfield were really good as well. And we were just kind of faltering. But we're certainly not going. We're going into it. We're flying. absolutely flying. I've not felt this excited for years. Come on, you Blades. Absolutely, Peter. You legend, mate. You legend. Well done, Blades. If we beat Forest, then we can go all the way. I think I've already read that one. Nick Sanders said the same as you, an early Sheffield United goal. Me and Sander are like that, mate. We are like that. He does make me laugh as well. Sanderberger. Sorry, I've been shouting a lot of the game. A lot of the referee and linesmen shouting a lot when we score goals. Sander makes me laugh though on Twitter when they put videos up of him, like kind of a bit of a selfie video where he has to swear. He has to swear every single time. And it's like, come on, you Blades, we've done this. And I love his accent. It's so like up and down. I think it's fantastic. I love the Norwegian accent. I really, really do. And just how he says things just lights up my heart, if that's a thing. It's great that we score 4 goals, all from different players. Yep, absolutely. And it's great to see Ender jump in there and score a goal, because Ender hasn't scored. Brighton, was it Brighton at home? Was that one of the last lockdown games before lockdown? That fantastic half volley that he scored. I think that was the last time he scored. So it's great to see. Premiership Wes. Yes, that's certainly not a position that we need to improve on, is it? If we did get to the Premier League, Wes deserves his shot in the Premier League. I'm not sure he's ever had a proper shot in the Premier League. Not for us, anyway. I don't think he has for anyone. The Blades have the momentum going into the playoffs. Forest put all these efforts into getting that second automatic spot, but the defeat took the stuffing out of them. Let's hope so, Michael. Let's hope so. Manchester City play without strikers and do quite well. Paul, come on. We're not Man City. But played like Man City today, didn't we? Why not? Amazing game today. The team were class. Absolutely. Peter, I have seen that you've given us £10. Thank you very much, mate. I really, really do appreciate that. But I will get to that. I think it's a lot further down in my comments. There's so many comments. I can't see wood for trees. But yeah, Paul and Oregon Blade, they were fantastic today. Clean sheet, hungry strikers, Fleck, Berger are back in form. Everyone's back in form. No one's playing badly, which you probably haven't said that all season. Will Billy Sharp be available for the playoffs? That's touch and go. That's touch and go, because he is, I don't know. They said that he was undergoing like sugar injections. That's what we reported on here, because that's what Hecky said. And then he tweeted back to the Star saying that this is all untrue. So I don't know whether he is taking sugar injections, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see whether Billy Sharp will be fit, because even if he isn't fit and they stick him on the bench to kind of like bring him on for a last 10 or something like that, I'd still rather have that than bring two 18-year-olds off the bench. Thought Fulham disrespected the other teams in the league today. Possibly, Scott, possibly. But I just think that we flew out of the blocks and they couldn't handle us. They were poor for large parts of it, but we flew out of them blocks. Fulham couldn't cope with us today. We just blew them away. Sanderberg was like a Rolls Royce in midfield. Everyone says that. Rolls Royce Sander. Good luck with the pregnancy. Another Blades fan, no doubt. Thank you very much, Peter. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I really, really do, because I've wanted this for such a long time. And yeah, it definitely will be another Blade. It will be, whether it's a boy or a girl. I've got two sisters that are both massive Blades. One that I go to the games with. So even if it's a girl, no doubt it will be a Blade, and she will be a fantastic Blade. What a performance. That's the Blades. Respect, Nick. Respect to Nick / Fulham. Thank you very much. I respect Fulham a hell of a lot because of how good they've been this season. I wish all the best to the Blades. Can't wait to see you guys play as Arsenal next season. I hope so, mate. I really do hope so. We played Fulham at the right time. If Fulham had lost or drew to Luton, this would have been a difficult game. I think that's a good point, Scott. That's a very, very good point. Just 3 games away from returning back to the Premier League. I like that, Michael. I like that a lot. If you don't know, you don't know. Hecky told the lads, you go for the throats, don't let up on the pressure. I hope he did. I can't see Hecky saying that, but I hope he did. World class Wes. Yeah, it's Champions League Wes. This may bite us in the arse, but I'm calling us to go up via playoffs. Well, one team's got to go up. There's 4 of us. One team's got to go up. Huddersfield final is up for grabs. Let's hope the lads are up for revenge from last time we met in the play. Oh, could you imagine? I was just thinking this. I think that Forest are going to be the first team that we are going to play in the playoffs twice. I didn't mean that like twice as in home and away. I mean that obviously we played Forest in 2003 and then we're going to be playing them again. I think we've played I've been through this once. Ipswich, Preston, all sorts of teams, but I don't think we've played anyone twice, which will be Forest and then maybe even Huddersfield as well. What a performance, not just because we won, but because the players were just in sync. They were like Justin and JC, weren't they? In sync. Backstreet Boys. 30,800. What fantastic support. Yeah, I'm sure we're like 30, 32, 33,000. I don't know, or whatever, but it would have been nice to see 32 or something like that. Would have preferred Huddersfield in playoffs. They are hit and miss team and more of a chance. Yeah, possibly. Saturday at 3 p.m. There we go. I can't wait. I'm absolutely buzzing for it. That's first time for everything. Never happened in my 40 odd years of watching, but this time I feel it too. There we go. Everyone's so positive. Coventry also did the double. Oh, did they? Oh, that's a shame. That's a real shame. Scott, why did you say that? No, that's a massive shame. It would have been nice to have been the only team to do that. But I'm sure Coventry don't have a 5-0 aggregate score, though, like we have. Smashed it. They didn't even score against us. I think Coventry may have also done the double. There we go. Could have easily been 5 or 6. You're not wrong. 4-0, forget the ref. Yeah, exactly. We didn't need the ref, did we? Applauded Mitrovic off for having a shocking day. I hope that's right, Steve. I hope that's right. Because if you're going to not applaud the guard of honour, then why are you applauding off a player that's played shocking against us twice? From a Fulham fan, well played, Sheffield United. Good luck in the playoffs. And Wayne, I really appreciate that. Do you know why? Because you've called us Sheffield United and not just Sheffield. Respect, mate. If Shark comes back for the playoff run, he will be good. A good super sub. I wouldn't drop the 3 attacker. I probably wouldn't. You're probably right, Scott. London double completed over QPR and Fulham to finish off the season. Oh, love to hear it. Now on to Wembley and back to the Premier League. Statman Adam mentioned that Iliman Ndiaye has only scored in Sheffield and London, which sets it up perfectly to score in Sheffield. We don't need to worry about Nottingham if we can score 3 goals in Sheffield, and then London for the final game in Wembley. That would be fantastic. Ipswich was home first, 1-1 and 2-2 away. Very good, Scott. Very, very good memories there, mate. Our home leg was first. Yeah, there we go. So we finished 6th in that one and still got through to the final. So that completely wipes out what I was talking about. Thanks, guys. No, legit. Thanks, Scott and Dave. Sort out Forest and we'll be over in the 20. Can I just say, let us know in the comments now whether you think the Blades are going to beat Forest, because I think we've got so many fans that are thinking that we've got it in us. We've definitely got it in us. Are we going to do it though? That's the big thing. Forest rested everyone though, did they? That's an odd thing to do. Last game of the season. You want to go into it full steam ahead. I don't know if that was a good thing to do. Forest will be without Maxwell. I think he's injured at the moment, actually. There we go. We're Peter Land. Thank you very much for that £10, Peter. I really appreciate that. I watched Hecky's post-match interview. Never seen him so excited about the forthcoming games. Well done, Nick and Hal. Thank you, Peter. I really appreciate that. And I really appreciate Paul Heckingbottom as well. A lot of people didn't want him. Me being one as well. Like I didn't mind him when we got him halfway through the season, but I didn't want him at the start of the season. I wanted Slav. And I think a lot of us did, to be honest. I don't feel I'm not embarrassed to say that, because I think that a lot of people didn't really want him. But he's done a fantastic job, and I love the man. I absolutely love the man. Who cares if he played for Wednesday? Who cares if he's a dingle? He's our dingle. He's our ex-pig. He's a legend. He's a legend already. I'm going to be over the top. Berger is Norwegian, not from the middle. Very good. Very, very good. I like that a lot. That was very, very funny, mate. Very funny. Man of the match today, the whole team. Do you know what? I didn't like that. They said, who was it? Gibbs White that got the man of the match. I thought Ndai deserved it, to be honest. But him, Berger, and Gibbs White were all fantastic. Mitrovic today didn't look bothered. Do you know what? He didn't. He honestly looked hungover. He barely moved. He looked like he'd had a skinful. He looked like he was still drunk, to be honest. He was terrible. Yeah, they're all great today. I'm going to finish this off very soon, by the way, guys. People shouldn't disrespect that team performance by saying Fulham were on holiday. They weren't. Fulham wanted it. They did. They did. They absolutely did. I'm not saying that they didn't at all. I think that we steamrolled them from the start. John, legend. Saw John today. Great to see you today. You look totally stunned. Mind you, so was I. I think we all were in that stadium, mate. We all were. It was so great to watch. It reminded me of the Borough game where you just didn't expect it, but it was just fantastic to watch. I've expected us to win a lot of games comfortably this season, and we haven't done. So it's great to win the ones comfortably that you don't expect to win comfortably. Potentially playing Huddersfield in the playoff final. Someone get West Foderingham on penalty practice. Very good. Very, very good. No news on that, but we're not really bothered about the takeover right now, where we're just buzzing that the Blades are in the playoffs. Bring back Pesky Solido. Yes, I hope he's there. I hope he comes for the game. I really, really do. I'll pay for his ticket. Pesh, if you're watching, I will pay for your ticket, mate, if you want to come. And if we do beat Forest, get that shirt off. Get that shirt off, mate. Well done, guys. Hope to see you at Wembley. Huddersfield is the best us Luton fans can have got, and we really don't want Forest at the fight. Oh, really? Fair enough. Fair enough. I think we're better than Forest. Just better, aren't we? Brilliant. Everyman Robinson being awesome. Last few games. My man of the match today, give stick in the past for mistakes. Yeah, he did. Jack Robinson, I think he's got a lot of respect recently. So I think he deserves as much respect as he can get. 1-0 at the Lane, 1-1 at Forest. I like that, Scott. I like that. I feel like we can hold on to leads now as well, which is great to see. I have a good feeling that we will win Forest, and it's our time this time. It could be. We are flying into the playoffs. I keep saying the same thing, but I want to get to everyone's comments. My favourite part of the game today was someone throwing some flip-flops at their left back. I didn't see that. I like the sound of that. 3-0 win on the 14th. Well, there you go. Peter said it, lads. Peter said it. And ladies. As a Fulham fan, well done for being more clinical, but it was clear to see from the start, especially defensively, that we did not care much at all. All right. I saw that somebody put, which made me laugh on Twitter, can we play Fulham in the playoffs? That did make me laugh. It really did. I would pay Pesh to take his shirt off. Sounds a bit weird, mate, but you love to see it. You love to see it. I think Forest are more closely matched to Luton. Okay, fair enough. There we go. I think Forest fans think they'll beat us. My best mate is a Forest fan, and all of them think they're going to do us. We can beat Forest. Do you know what? One of my best mates is a Forest fan as well, and he's worried. He's really worried that they're going to lose to us. Obviously, scoring 7 goals and only letting 1 in the last 2 games is big for us. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. Up the Blades. We are going to be in the playoffs on Saturday against Nottingham Forest. Very, very excited for that one. And hopefully the Blades can get us into the final. Thanks for watching. See you next time.